Okay, welcome to the summary of our last What was our last episode? It would be number 6, right?
Episode 7.
7?
7 is now a cursed number.
Yeah. Episode 7 didn't record correctly.
It only recorded Owen.
Which is awful, because episode 7 was possibly the best episode.
It was.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear a list of things that happened
Like,
when I was trying to edit the video?
Sure, go ahead.
Sure.
Okay. So, my laptop, like the original laptop I had that I used to edit, it broke. It doesn't work anymore properly. So I decided to, it like fucking croaked. Anyway, so second thing that happened is I was like, I'll just edit on the desktop instead. So I needed to wait a couple days to get the admin password from my dad so that I could edit on the desktop. I got the admin password, I downloaded Premiere Pro, and then I had the wrong graphics card. So I had to get the admin password again to upgrade the graphics card, but it didn't update because the desktop is too old. And then Noah was like, oh, well, I'll just edit the video instead. And then his Wi-Fi went down for 2 days. And then I got my new laptop and I was like, all right, ready to edit. So I loaded it up and only Owen's audio was playing. And I was like, no, you're fucking shitting me. Anyway.
What's even better was that I would have edited it, but I had like an exam, right? So I just sort of like walked away and just hoped that you'd get it done eventually.
I know, I was like, I swear I'll get it done, I fucking swear, but no, it's not gonna edit, so...
Yeah.
You essentially lied to us.
Well, I tried my best.
Lied to us, placed on our cross.
I spent an hour and a half writing the summary at like 4 in the morning last night, so there's that.
That's valid.
I mean, on the bright side, right? Out of all this, we did end up with Ian creating the theme song, which I don't know if you're gonna put at the beginning of this episode or not, but
I'll put it at the beginning of the
Yay.
episode, why not?
we're new and improved. We have a theme song now.
Hell yeah.
It's beautiful. Anyways.
Okay,
Yeah,
we need to start with the summary.
Let's summarize this episode. So yeah, you guys were last time we left you at the camp, right? And
Last time on Dead Rising 3.
and
She was right at the fort.
yeah, you guys were at, well, you guys had ended at Penny's fort with Cormus's company, and it was all great and jolly and happy.
We did bramble across the entire thing.
Not
And-
yet.
Yeah, no, we're getting there, Noah.
We'll get there when we get there.
There, yeah.
We're
We're just gonna, yeah, so you guys went, right, you guys made an agreement with them about searching for items and artifacts. They're gonna do their thing, you're gonna do your thing. Whoever finds whatever, does whatever. All pretty chill. You guys split up.
Did we get eaten by the knife before or after we yoke Bramble?
was
Before.
We'll get there when we get there.
It's like an impatient ride.
Very important information.
It is an important piece, yeah, because you guys split up. So we had, what was it? Rak, Isil, and Tassa went to the tower
Yeah.
to go, and you guys noticed that there was a hole in the tower that looked like the stone. However, Cormus had the stone, and Cormus, Ardern, and Growl went to investigate the storage room.
You forgot that Rack broke down the door violently.
Oh yeah, he
Or
did
made
break.
a rack-sized hole or
He
whatever.
did, right? Yeah,
We just
Because-
jumped through it.
because the door was sort of just closed, and he just walked through.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
So much of a chat, he just steps and just
So let's see.
Anyway, the stone.
Yeah.
the stone.
Yeah, so you guys were like, we need to get the stone back. So Isil goes running to go find the stone. So while that was going on, we had Ardren, Growl, and Cormus. They're in the storage room. They look around, there isn't anything really fancy, and then Growl finds this knife, this rusty knife.
The stakes were made. Okay?
He had the genius idea to touch it.
Yeah, so he
Well,
picked...
It was alive.
I'm sorry. Most of the time, mimics don't take the form of knives.
I mean,
Time
it
to
wasn't...
roll initiative.
So we rolled initiative. It wasn't exactly a mimic. It was like a weird ooze mimic hybrid thingy.
Mimic is mimic.
Yeah.
It was a monster that took the form of something else.
Therefore must be mimic.
I will forever remember this.
Yeah, so the extendo knife adventures were beautiful, and unfortunately, so Arjun went down,
It was a great time.
Growl went down, the extendo knife split in half. No, sorry, Cormus went down, Growl didn't go down. In the long run, they killed the extendo knife, just as
But no, Arden went down.
I went down.
Arjun
Yeah.
went down. He got covered in it. Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cormus
I almost friggin' died.
yeah, Cormus almost went down,
Yeah.
and Growl
All
split it in
safety.
two.
Giga-chan move.
Yeah.
Still didn't get to do the funny thing. Oh yeah, I might die. Holy shit.
Oh shit, I need to go get those in a second.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go
Get
grab
to
them now. We're just sort of summarizing.
Okay.
Yee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty deadly. The knife.
Pretty
I don't
wild.
remember the knife screaming, but you know what? That's okay.
I remember the knife screaming.
I'm looking at the summary that Anna wrote up, and it's like the knife screams. Who knew it could do that? Yeah, so the extendo knife was sort of cool, and it's one of my most favorite things that occurred, and I'm so happy it didn't work. I'm so sad that we didn't end up getting the recording over.
That was literally the best episode we've done. I'm so sad.
Yeah,
I'm
Okay, where are we at?
Ian came into my room and
Extendo
stole
knife.
my dice because he didn't.
I was the only other person I could hear in the entire episode because he stole your dice.
Yeah, so anyways, Izil shows back up. They're with they've just defeated the extendo knife. The extendo knife sort of, after it gets destroyed, turns into like this goopy liquid, blacky green liquidy substance. That was just sort of around.
We are
Fire.
approaching Growl's second big brain decision.
Yeah, the second. So everybody. So there's like this moment where everyone just sort of stands there and they're like, "What did we do? What in the world is going on?"
Grawl and all of his legendary tedious
And,
decides
yeah,
to light it on
Well,
fire.
Ralph says, "You know what? We should light it on fire."
That was a
And
valuable
everybody
thing to
else
do.
agreed, by the way. So you all screwed up. So in leaving this weird black substance there, they light a torch and throw it into the enclosed shelter.
Someone had to do it.
It
At least now we know.
ends up the substance was very flammable. So it lit on fire, produced some sort of magically toxic-y fumes that that made Isil and Cormus fall unconscious. Yeah, suggestion was used to wake them up, right? And that was
Yeah, and
that.
then-
Suggestion, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a suggestion, it was command.
It was command, yeah, because you're
Yeah.
not powerful enough for suggestion, I'm pretty sure yet.
Then,
I don't
then
know
we
how-
discussed for like 10 minutes whether or not it would work,
Yeah,
and then we decided we would let it slide.
yeah. So meanwhile, they get back up, head to the. You guys at the tower saw the sort of the events, and you guys all eventually caught back up. So I know I'm missing a lot of the fun stuff, but I'm trying to get the summary through in enough time.
It's
So we can
okay.
get to actually playing. Yeah, everybody's pretty beat up. You guys put the stone together up there. But meanwhile, while you guys are prepping to put the stone in, you remember that there's like a pile of rocks on the other side of the river. So you guys thought, it would be a great idea to get across the river because you thought the stone might open it up by being placed in the hole, and that was clever. I didn't expect that. But what I really didn't expect was the way that you guys thought you'd get across the river instead of taking the canoe that you have.
Canoes are for nerds.
Regular.
Who actually, Anna and Jacob, do you guys want to describe what happened?
Listen,
So-
Owen.
Anna has this spell, what's it called? It's like minimize
Reduce.
or something?
Reduce.
Reduce. That basically makes her like 5 pounds.
Because Tass is 40 pounds normally, so
Yeah.
she shrinks down to 5 pounds with reduce.
I have a blanket. So I took this blanket, I made a sling out of it. I put Tassa in this sling, and I threw her as hard as I freaking could across the river. Which was like, what? How far did we end up going? Like,
500
It
meters.
It was 500 meters, which was, in my
Yeah,
opinion,
I
I
threw
kind
you,
of
like,
I kind of
200
made that
or
too
something.
long, but it still it worked, so it's okay.
yeah, and I threw you like 200 meters or some shit.
Yeah.
Fucking Owen, you made it for the length of
Owen
like,
did a lot of math.
I did a lot of. There was a whole moment of me just being there, like, okay, how far does Maytand last? How long does it last, and how far can it move?
Right. So I throw Tassa, right?
Yeah.
I throw 200 meters. But then, since she's reduced, she can then cast a mage hand on herself because she weighs 5 pounds. It works.
The
And
limit
then-
of mage hand is 5 pounds.
No, actually, it's 10 pounds.
So then she,
Limit of 10 pounds.
she
Oh, really?
lifted
Yeah.
herself the rest of the way
Nice.
across, and it worked, and it was cool.
Yeah. So that took a bit of. There was a few skips. So you're currently out of spell slots, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
that
we
was-
need to do a rest or something.
Yeah.
That was possibly the greatest moment I've ever experienced playing D&D. And
It really
honestly,
was.
It was a good time.
I was talking about it on the D&D Discord server, which I sent you guys the link to. The official
Oh,
Wizards
nice.
of the Coast D&D Discord.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I put it somewhere in our chat, but anyways.
Any opinions on that? On that
They loved
event?
They
That's
loved
good.
it. They thought it was great. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so you get across, but just as you did, we kind of figured out that your plan wasn't exactly correct, because once they put the stone in, they realized so there's 4 different ways to place the stone into this hole, and each way actually ended up producing a map with a different X on a different location. The one pointed south had an X in the pile of stones. But there was also one, where was it? Where were the X's? Okay, one X was on the manor house. One X was
There
on
was
the
one in the middle of the temple.
one in the temple, one in the manor house, one across the river, and the other one was at the well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And each of those maps was produced. And if I remember correctly, Izil wrote it out, like drew each map out, or something like that.
Yeah.
And Tassa, you dug through the stones, and well, there was
I
told
told
that.
people to come over so that they could help me dig through the stones because I didn't want to dig through it by myself in case something jumped out at me.
I dig
Yeah.
through the stones.
Yeah, well, you guys eventually came over after this game of telephone of yelling across the river at each other.
Yep.
And you guys came over, but not everyone came over, right? Isil and Cormus are still in the tower.
Something like that.
The guys who came over, you guys
You
collected the stones, and you removed the stones and found a lead tablet with what looks like part of a map on it.
Vaguely remember this, yes.
Looks like a quarter of a map, or maybe like a smaller piece. And that was where we ended the episode. But because Ian isn't here, and he's gonna have his own mini-sode episode thingy coming up, it's important to note what happened to Cormus. So, Isil, while you were in the tower with Cormus, and you were watching everyone sort of going across the river, and it was all good and happy, and everyone's doing a great time. Cormus is standing there, and suddenly there's this buzzing noise.
Uh-oh.
And
She gets carried away
Sort
by
of-
a swarm of bees.
almost like a
Oh no!
almost like a ringing. You see, he looks a bit confused, and he you can see it's the vibrating is coming from his chest location. He takes out of his shirt what looks like
Bees are
this.
gonna burst out of his chest.
Well, there's
There's a candy man.
there's a box that he wears around his neck. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it before or not. I'm not sure how much he keeps it secret, but it's there. And he lifts it up, and he kind of just looks at it a bit confused, and it's glowing weird. He looks at you, and looks back at the box, and he sort of lifts it up to his face, and he's like, "Hello?"
Hello?
And suddenly there's a flash of bright light. He's gone. All that remains there is what appears to be the box, the same box that he talked to.
Oh, get fucked, idiot.
Is it still glowing?
It is not glowing. The only important difference, besides the fact that it is not glowing, is that it is green in color, while it was not green before.
Tibbs.
Infinity Stone.
So Izil, you pick up Cormus's box, a bit confused, and that's where we'll end our summary episode. We'll start up episode 8.
Should we stop the recording and then do
No.
another one?
Yeah, well, now we're gonna stop, and now we're gonna start up the next one.
That's
So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Just realized Owen's nickname is Dungeon Dad.
Thank you.
It could actually look pretty good.
Okay. So, this is going to be the end of episode 7. And we'll see everyone next time. Remember to like and subscribe, of course, right?
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell.
And don't forget to hit that bell.
Yeah,
Don't forget to
that
hit the
bell.
fucking bell.
Great channel.
Because I will take your kids.
Dingy,
If you
dingy,
don't hit
ding.
that- If you don't hit that bell, I'm coming to your house, taking your kidneys.
Okay. Well,
They sell for a lot on the market, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's
Maybe
why
we
I
won't take your
suggested
kidneys,
doing
but just
Oh, no, I'm
subscribe.
taking-
yeah,
Oh, no, I'm
just
taking
just
kidneys.
say
Okay,
goodbye.
no one's taking your
Okay.
kidneys if you don't subscribe. This is
Okay.
a threat.
It's no, just
This is a threat.
time
This
just
This is not a game.
This is not a fucking game.
Okay.
Whatever.
time to say goodbye to all our viewers, I guess.
Bye-bye.
After that
Goodbye.
beautiful threat, goodbye.